Talk time. Today's talk time, religion. Or more accurately, my religion, since I can't speak to every religion. On the Confused Matthew forums that I regularly visit, due to the fact that I have some sort of job there that I have to do or something like that, there's now a religious topic which I'm avoiding. I wrote a fairly long statement saying I don't talk about this, but I talk about it on my YouTube channel. Why would I say that? Well, when I talk out loud, I don't script anything out. When I write things, I'm essentially writing a script, and I think about what I'm writing, and it kind of stops me from writing what I want to say, if that makes any sense. I think if you overthink anything, it can trip you up, you know? Like, there's a deep thinking process and a critical analysis process that goes into thought and writing that doesn't go into speech. Or maybe it does. I don't know. But at any rate, point is, I speak better than I type. Sometimes. Back on topic. I think, for me, as I wrote there, I separate what is religion from what is faith. That is to say, I have a very strong faith in God and who God is and how He wants me to do things and my relationship to Him and how I handle that. My religion explains how to go about that. But having said that, unless I attend church on a regular basis, having a religion is irregardless to what I believe. That is to say, unless I am going to a church every Sunday and more, unless I was going every day and making it a daily part of my life, it wouldn't really affect me. Going to church once a week is a good start, but I don't think it's enough for us to make it part of our life. That's where the separation comes in. You see, faith is an everyday, every second event, whereas religion is a once a week event. You go Sunday or Saturday or Friday or whatever day it is. Maybe you go Wednesday as well, but it's really not a big part of your life. You might know those people outside of church, but from the churches I've been to, it's really rare when that happens. Very seldom did I actually get to hang out with people on a normal basis, although there were a few that I called friends. You would think I would call everybody friend, but to be honest, I didn't know that many people. So, do I still attend church? Occasionally. The church that's closest to me, just, you know, is good, but it's not what I need. So I have to, look for one that I need. That is to say, I have to find one that suits my needs and reflects my spirituality. And I might not find that in my area. Again, this is why church and religion are separate from faith. I've been told that it says in scriptures that church is good, not church, but it says communion with believers. That is to say, if you're with other believers, you're in good company. So, a lot of my friends are therefore Christian or have a similar faith that I do. Christian, Catholic, same faith, different approaches. So, I try to get a chance to talk with these people and be around them as much as I can. That's my time of talking about who God is and what He is to us. Spending time in the Bible is also very important, but again, it's a very small part of my life. I really don't open it, probably as much as I should, and I say that with hesitation. I want to open it, I desire the chance to read it, but when I read it, I'm immensely engaged in it immediately. And even sometimes I don't know what it's talking about or referring to, or I don't feel a connection. I have to finish whatever I started reading. Even if I open it up to some random section, I will finish the entire thing, the entire, not just paragraph, but the entire story sometimes. So sometimes I'm afraid to open it because I know it's going to immediately make me read the whole thing. And I just don't want to read. It's a lot of words and it's hard to understand. It makes my head hurt. You know, the spiritual desire to understand God overrides common sense when it comes to these things. People have said religion has been used to do very bad things. Well, I would say people have used religion to justify their actions, and that's a shame. Those people, I think, will be judged very, very negatively when it comes time for judgment time. If you've used to use God's name in vain doesn't mean blasphemy in the way that we know it. Blasphemy in the way that we've been taught to understand it means swearing and attaching God's name to a swear word. That's not nice, but it's not blasphemy. Blasphemy is taking God's name and using it in such a way to justify a horrible action or to justify a statement that's incorrect completely. I heard somebody say, it's my God-given right to bear arms, to have guns. Well, I said to them, I think that that's a bad statement. I think it's your God-given right to have free will, which your free will allows you to have guns, but it's not your God-given right to have a gun or to bear arms. It's your constitutional, legal right. God gave us the right to choose our own path and our own laws. Nothing else. It's not a right from God to have a weapon. So I almost, now looking back on that statement, I think that was almost blasphemous. He used God in a very inappropriate way to justify something that he was passionate about, and I have nothing against owning guns, and in fact, trying to control who does own a gun is pointless. People that wanted them would get them anyways and have them anyway. So I have no problem with the constitutional rights that we already have. I have a problem with trying to justify them by invoking God's name. And I've seen it in other places I think are equally inappropriate. For example, I did do that video a while back where I said how a bumper sticker that said abortion is, or God is against abortion, is an incorrect statement. Or God is pro-life is an incorrect statement. God is pro-free will. That is to say, he wants us to make our own decisions and to have our own impact upon life. But he is not pro-death, which biological assertion would be he is pro-life, but making a statement of that nature is wrong. It doesn't tell you the full story, and I think it might almost be, again, blasphemous, because it's using his name inappropriately. When I say the word God, I'm very nervous about it because I don't want to offend him. I want to glorify him, and I want what I say about him to be correct. And I'm no expert. Nobody is. It's impossible to know this wonderful creator that's made us all. But religion in and of itself can be a good thing, and it can be a bad thing. But unless it's your entire encompassing thing that overrules your life, then it doesn't matter. And if it is something that overrides and rules your life, then it's not a religion anymore. It's a cult. Until next time, peace out.